right, we're clean there. Very nice. Stank face right there. Good shit, dog. All right, so total run 487.
Hey, clean. We're ready.
What was it? 5 what?
23. What's up, guys? Mo from Ravewing here again. Before we kick off this thing about my scar, I want to give a quick shout out to Optics right here. Yep, got the AMS on this bitch. It's lasting okay so far, you know, for the Optic killer. And also a big shout out to Protect Knives, who sponsor us right here. It's one of the Blade Show exclusives that maybe we got before the Blade shows. But shout out to fucking Protect for always taking care of us and our military and law enforcement guys. Oh, there goes another one right there. Too many Protects. Too many Protects. Cool. So the Scar 17, obviously. Bigger names like Grantham, Brandon Herrera have all talked about their experience with this fucking terrifying ass gun. Jesus Christ, this thing came loose just from the demo shots, and I swear I'd put blue Loctite on this shit, but it's already fucking loose. Correct. I probably need to check every single screw on this. So, not gonna go over the history of it. It's been out for so long. I'm only kind of doing this since our man Nick Young from Velux was out here pretty recently. He runs one of these bitches, so I was like, fuck it, I'm shooting the class for once. I'm gonna man up and run my Scar 17. And fuck, did this thing kick my ass at the time. So, back to the beginning when I first got this thing, maybe like 7 years ago, I'd put the OG KDG rail on it, and it had the Loophole Mark 8 CQB SS. This thing was kind of fucking heavy, man. I'd also changed out to the Volter M4 stock adjustment. A little bit more on that later. So fast, did not really run the gun with, I think we probably fucked around, zeroed it, like barely did shit with it until literally, so right now it's June when we're recording this, 3-4 weeks ago, May, when Nick came out, I was like, I'm gonna run this shit. But about a year or two ago, probably maybe yeah, about 2 years ago, PMM had dropped, probably longer than that, but I had acquired all the PMM furniture with it, and man, did this shit shave off so much weight on this thing to where it's like super wieldy now, right? It's like one-handed, right? Granted, it's a heavy ass gun because it's 308, but it's the poundage that the PMM furniture saves, man. PMM furniture is the only way to go, in my opinion, for the Scar 16 and 17 platforms, right? So guys leave Super Scar trigger in it. Everything else is pretty much PMM furniture minus the KDG charging handle. The barrel is obviously not the stock barrel. This is a 13.7 from, I know, fucking went shorter on a fucking 308, right? But they make this in 10.5, right? So this is a 13.7 from Deadshot Barrels. Obviously I wanted the matching barrel to match the, shouts out to Andrew, but the 50 shades of FDE that the gun comes with. So I think we've got all the shades of FDE covered just on this gun alone. But really good barrel, super accurate, and man, they make some quality products over there at Deadshot. We're not affiliated with them anyway. I just really like what they're doing with the Scar platform. Surefire War Comp on it, kind of like probably one of the better comp flash hiders out there. So to this gun as it sits right now, running it with the Volter M4 stock adjustment made the recoil on this thing super fucking harsh. I lasted maybe 300 rounds and up until about lunchtime with Nick. After that, my shoulder was smoked. But more importantly, on a kind of I guess a technical thing, before we had started shooting, Nick had mentioned to me that because the Volter stock, I'm just gonna call it the end plate or the receiver plate on the stock is metal with a plastic insert behind the metal. The bolt, which is like a plastic rubbery thing on the end of it, that banging against that, he said that it might start to bend these screws. So by about lunchtime, he came over, checked out my gun. He's like, bro, your screws are already starting to bend. You can't tell from the video, but there is a bump on them. So they started to bend, and I was like, okay, fuck it, I'm done. Because from what I understand, FN will not help you fix this thing if you fuck it up. The parts are not available, and FN will not. You can't even send this back and have them fucking fix it on your dime. FN is just like, hey man, don't fuck with our shit. You fucked with it, you eat it. So save me from having a fucking $3,000 paperweight. The screws are okay for right now, so obviously by then I was fucking smoked. The bruise on my shoulder lasted until probably about Thursday, so the day we shot was on Sunday. Putting the astronaut shoe back on with the Vulture astronaut shoe deluxe. No shit, shaved the felt recoil impulse by about half. Like it's okay to shoot now. Like I can no shit run this thing all day long for a full class because it's just not that abusive on me, right? Granted, it is a kind of a short barrel fucking 308 fucking monster already, and the bolt on this thing is basically this whole fucking chunk is right here, so it's a lot of ass moving in the gun, hence why it's known as the Optic Slayer. So the aims is holding up so okay so far. Probably during one of the demos, if Ethan puts it up, you'll actually see the pressure button wire thingy, can't remember what it's called, sorry, fly off. And obviously you guys probably see this thing wiggle around. I swear to God, I for once I blew Loctite today just because I knew how bad this bitch was on the things that are attached to it. So shooting the gun itself, man, it's not bad. So obviously during the class, everyone else is running 5.56. I'm the only asshole running 308 because I kind of want it. To me, this was like when you're lifting, this was like PR day, like the day that you fucking lift heavy to see what your PR is. If you think you have recoil management, hop behind one of these things and see if you really fucking got it. See if you don't turn this thing into a fucking anti-aircraft gun by round 3. Cause straight up Nick told me, bro, the only thing you're gonna learn on this thing is fucking recoil management. And when I grab the Hodge or any other gun, it's like, oh fuck, this shit's fucking nothing. It's like I'm shooting an airsoft gun. Simply that's just how big fucking, or actually how much mass is moving inside of this and what the felt recoil impulse is on. Obviously still 308, like an M14 is not soft on the shoulders either, but this thing, it didn't get away from me, but there's probably a couple rounds that ended up way over the target. And I know I ate some Charlies and Deltas, quite a few Deltas, doing build drills from 25 yards with this thing, simply because I was not pulling it back into my shoulder and getting enough resistance from my shoulder into the gun. So it is, in that aspect, it's a very unforgiving gun to shoot. Like, you got to be fucking on this shit. But again, like I treat running this gun like it's fucking PR day. If I can run this gun consistently with good recoil management, then running a 5.56 platform is fucking nothing. Quick story of that, we were doing build drills from I think 10, 15, 20, and 25. At 25, I threw one bill probably about this tight. Time-wise, I don't know, but it was probably under 2.5. Just because build drills with carbines should be a lot easier, right? Obviously not with this thing. Throughout the whole iteration, I think we shot maybe 30 rounds in that one drill of just running build drills. Walked up there, there's about, I think there was a Delta and about like 3 or 4 Charlies. And I'm like, okay, Nick's gonna tell me some shit to help time this up. My man's walked up, he was like, yep, that's good. I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? He's all, dude, this fucking monster, you eating like 3, 4 close Charlies, you fucking good. I'm like, and that's kind of like put me in the mindset of like running this thing. Like, you've just got to be on it all the time, especially when you're shooting at a rapid pace, or else she's just gonna fucking take over. Like, that's why I named it Beth Dutton. You give her fucking 1 inch, she'll take fucking 100 miles off your ass. So PMM furniture all around. Again, Geisley trigger, it kind of came with the gun when I bought it. This is a secondhand gun used. I'm quite sure the previous owner did not run it much, if at all. But it's a super fun gun to shoot. Obviously, the price of 308 almost makes running these guns kind of prohibitive, even if you are reloading your own. But man, it's one of those things where it's almost masochistic in how much I actually love running this shit. Because again, if I grab any of my 5.56 guns, it's fucking nothing. And it's kind of, it almost makes me harder on myself if I'm throwing like Charlies and Deltas with those guns. Because like, man, if I can run this shit, those gun shit should not be a fucking problem. So, while we are not really testing the aims, I told the homies at Hollister, I was like, yo, you think the Ames will survive a fucking Scar 17? And they were like, it should. So we're only about 100 rounds with this thing on. So far it's behaving. Obviously by round count, 500, 1,000. We'll probably give like a little quick, maybe just an IG update. I don't think we need the whole video to see how the Ames is stacking up. So one thing about me is that I kind of want to turn all my guns into like night fighters, right? So doing the research, PEG 15s, this thing will fucking destroy them. E-balls, it'll destroy them. Mauls can withstand this. I actually contacted B. Myers customer service. They said, yep, it'll take it. And I know Matt Myers has commented multiple times on forums that, yep, he runs a maul on his 17 and it's fine. Finding the NAV C-PEC is probably not an option unless someone wants to donate one that works. We fucking take the bitch. But hopefully the next time you guys see it, there'll be a Maul C plus on it, also in the FDE to add to the cornucopia of FDE fucking nonsense going on with this. So again, while it's not a cheap platform to run, if you do have one and can afford the ammo, and it is something that you plan on running, I really do recommend it, because it's one of those things. It's like, man, do you think your recoil management is tight? And if you say yeah, let's fucking find out with this hoe. All right, guys, that's kind of it on it, unless Ethan tells me I'm missing something on it. Lead faucet, sling, shouts out to the big homie, Dan Brokos. Other than that, Unity. Obviously, if I do go with the Night Fighter mod, I would probably have the new Axon on it, which is super hot also, and FDE to add to the fucking nonsense of FDE that's on this gun. But yeah, man, the Scar 17, definitely a fun platform. I kind of see why the military is like, bro, not so much. But it definitely serves a purpose, if not niche, and it's just an overall fun gun to run. Okay, bye-bye now. One more thing. So, when you guys probably see the pictures on our IG that when I ran it with Nick, I had the CQB SS on and the offset RMR mount. So the CQB SS, it's a little heavy for this shit. Obviously, it's made for the gun, so it'll withstand the recoil impulse of it. The offset RMR mount, I thought it was a cool idea until I actually tried shooting it. The recoil of this thing knocks it around so much after one shot. Not just losing the dot, almost losing the fucking optic. So for me, at least personally, at the time, that offset mount, not a good idea on that shit. That's just my opinion on it from my experience. If you do want to put a mount on it, I would suggest probably riding it at 12 o'clock with whatever glass mount that you have. But yeah, offset mount on this thing, the recoil impulse is just too much. Alrighty then.